Hi there, Akasha Circe here, and I am an energy worker, a healer, a sometimes therapist for people, and all of these things I do under the approach of coaching. I also teach meditation, mindfulness, I teach yoga, I teach Tai Chi, and then I teach some creative movement that has been my own construct by bringing everything from all those different lineages and all of those different tools. And one of the things that I've really realized on my path is a lot of times people have a hard time feeling when energy shifts because they don't understand energy. And a lot of times we think about it as an emotion or as a thought. So I wanted to make this video as kind of a precursor to a 7-day live series that I'm going to be teaching on YouTube every day at 4 p.m. And I'll make sure that the dates for that are under this video. So if you want to join, you know exactly how to do that. And then of course, if you're on my email list, you will get that in your inbox here very soon. But I'm going to be using this piece of paper that you can see here. And I think what I'll do is bring it down a little bit so that I know that it's easy to see in the video. I'm a visual person, so I always like having a visual element to what I teach. And I want you to just kind of think about literally energy in a wave-like pattern, right? So we have energy that goes up, then we have energy that goes down. And then of course, if we were looking at this with lots of space, it would be up and down in a wave. And you can think of this energy up as a plus sign or the positive, or we could also use the word high, right? We could also put the word masculine here. Then we could look at this place where the wave goes down, and we could think of this as the negative charge or negative pole. If we're looking at it just energetically, you could say low, or here you could also say feminine. And so what is really important to just note about this is that everything here on the planet in this space, place, and time, or realm, if you like that language, is all based in the idea of polarity, right? And you may know this if you're familiar with Hermetic principles of as above, so below, as below, so above. So as above, so below, as below, so above. And this is really good for you to know when it comes to not only understanding energy, but understanding your energy. So let's say you have an emotion and you experience something and you have this really high, you're joyful and life is great and everything's magic. And fast forward a month and then you feel like you're depressed, that things are not healthy, things are not good. Maybe that's a word that you'd like to use. This is the natural flow. For every up, there's a down. For every down, there's an up. And this is why in Ayurveda, we have this little saying, if you're familiar with Ayurveda, which is the science of life, and it's the sister science to yoga. And Ayurveda has this very liberating statement, and its structure creates freedom. And I bring this up about structure creating freedom because the wave of energy already has its own structure, right? And so if you understand the way structure works, you will understand how to restructure your energy when you're in a space where it doesn't feel like it's what you want. This is what we call raising your vibration, right? So a lot of times when people are down here in the chaos of emotion, they're not always clear on how to raise their vibration or how to shift that energy. And this is really what the 7 days that I'll be talking about is. It's about how to raise your vibration. In order to understand why raising your vibration works, you really also just need to understand the basics of how energy works, and that we are in this place where things are dualistic, where there's a positive and a negative charge for everything, or a masculine and a feminine aspect for everything. When we can really start wrapping the intellect when we can really start wrapping the intellect around this very large concept, it allows us to hold space for greater intelligence to pour through us, which, the language out there right now for that is downloads. You're receiving downloads. I hear this all the time. Insights, right? Epiphany. These are all things that are really speaking to an energy shift. So when we can create structure, so let's think about this line as a layer of structure on our own journey here, right? We could even, sometimes I'll refer to it with some of my clients as, this is the middle path. We neither want it to be super high and we don't want it to be super low. But what we want is to be in this really lovely sweet spot right here. And that sweet spot is where the masculine and feminine energies are balanced, right? And so I want to take this another layer forward, or another layer deeper for you as we go forward. I want you to think about this space here of the feminine energy. This is your subconscious mind. Then I want you to think about this space here of masculine energy, that this is your conscious mind. CONSCIOUS. And in order to be in harmony, in balance, in a place of stability, living a life of ease and freedom, we want to bring those two things together in our human experience. Some people know this as creating the rainbow bridge. Some people know this as lighting up your Merkaba or Merkaba. I hear it pronounced that way as well. What I really think of is, this is you stepping into your soul mission. When you really start balancing out masculine and feminine energies, then what starts to happen is you're creating this bridge from your humanity to your divinity. And when you create that bridge, that rainbow bridge, when you bring these two aspects of energy into greater balance, you naturally have a ripple effect of harmony that goes throughout your entire existence, not just in physical form, because we all know that everything is energy, right? And I'm really hoping that just allowing you to have a little visual here, some basic understanding of how this energy works, it's going to help you understand how we're going to navigate this over the course of our week of how to raise our vibration, so that we keep coming back to this idea of what's happening in the conscious and the subconscious, what's happening with the feminine energy and the masculine energy. And as we can really start to dial that in, we're going to be able to come into this place of our center. And as we come into this place of our center, we are going to be illuminated. And that is really what I'm here to do for people is, the thing that I really want you to gain from this is self-illumination. I want you to understand that you can initiate yourself, that you can become the light leader that you choose to be, and the change agent that you want to be for the world, so that you can really shine your light in a way that is in service to the whole. So hopefully you're going to get on my email list and join me for this week-long journey of how to raise your vibration. And hopefully you've also enjoyed this little video breakdown of energy and how these positive and negative poles must exist to find balance here in the space, place, and time. And so inside of that, when we understand how to communicate with those energies and how to understand the movement of those energies through our emotions, through our body, through the portal of our breath, and through all these other amazing gateways that we have access to, what starts to happen is we start coming into alignment with universal principles. And when we start coming into alignment with universal principles, we become the magician. We alchemize our consciousness by illuminating our light. And when we light ourselves up, we start realizing that everything in the universe is conspiring for us. And this becomes a really special place to be. So I'm excited to see you back here. And remember, you can get on my email list. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my website, akashacirce.com. In the meantime, as always, these messages are given to you with love and blessings. Take care.